This season, every time Arsenal drops points, people immediately say Manchester City is going to win the title, as if football were that simple. In reality, this away draw against Brentford is quite similar to the draw against Sunderland earlier in the season. Arsenal controlled the tempo of the game but struggled to break down a compact defence. It was a tough period, especially with conceding a set-piece goal away from home. In this match against Brentford, the situation was very similar. Arsenal regained control of the rhythm, maintained possession, and tried to dictate the pace, which was better than in the Sunderland match. However, heavy rain disrupted their organisation, affecting their ability to break down the defence. Combined with some sloppy mistakes and the physicality of both teams, Noni Madueke was even knocked off the ball. Arsenal still found themselves being pressured and disrupted after taking the lead. It was not that Arsenal played terribly in this match against Brentford, but Brentford gave absolutely everything at home, pressing relentlessly from start to finish. Their in-form striker, Igor Thiago, was still sprinting into the box for a one-on-one chance late in the game. Christian Mosquera, the defender who replaced William Saliba, made several mistakes in stepping up to challenge, allowing Thiago to break through multiple times. Fortunately, Mosquera managed to recover using his pace to stop Thiago in the end. However, Brentford's recent form has been excellent, allowing them to disrupt Arsenal's organisation and capitalise on a set-piece opportunity, scoring from a throw-in to secure the draw. So the issues in this match were very similar to those in the Sunderland match. Both situations arose from fatigue and facing a tough home opponent. Back then, it was not a big deal. Arsenal just needed some rest to recover and widen the gap with Manchester City. The same applies now. Arsenal looked much more relaxed in February. While people say Manchester City can rest, Arsenal can do the same. This season, the gap between Arsenal and Manchester City has fluctuated between 2 and 6 points. Sometimes 4, sometimes 6, sometimes 2. But for Manchester City to overtake Arsenal would have to collapse. And so far, I have not seen any signs of Arsenal following that so-called collapse theory. What is the collapse theory? It refers to making mistakes, gifting goals, and self-destructing. But Arsenal was not self-destructing in this match against Brentford. It was a reflection of the intense competitiveness in the Premier League. Brentford played exceptionally well at home, giving their absolute best. Arsenal's self-destructing means the opponent does not even have to do much, but Arsenal gift goals themselves. In this match, there were no gifts. Brentford was simply strong. These are the challenges that top teams face. At the same time, Manchester City also struggles against such opponents. That is just how competitive the Premier League is. I do not understand why a 4-point gap makes people act as if the teams are level. Their belief is so strong, and I truly cannot comprehend it. However, people tend to fall into historical patterns thinking history will repeat itself. When we are uncertain about the future, we look back at how things happened in the past and assume they will happen again. This is similar to the so-called trends in gambling. These trends are deliberately created by casinos to make players feel like they can follow them and place bets. Without trends, people would not bet because they would not know how to. With trends, people feel they can follow them, and that is how casinos make money. So these trends are essentially a trick by the casino, and now thinking that history will repeat itself is just deceiving yourself. Yes, Arsenal conceded from a throw-in with Noni Madueke heading the ball. Brentford also scored from a throw-in. The problem in this match was the lack of goals from open play. Were the substitutions slow? Yes, Arsenal failed to secure the lead, and it was not until the 60th minute that players started warming up. The first player substituted was the goal scorer, Noni Madueke, who still had energy, while Leandro Trossard, who was exhausted in the second half, was only taken off in the 80th minute. Trossard could have started in this match, but given the fast-paced attack in the previous match against Sunderland, he should not have been a starter. If Arsenal wanted to play slowly in this match, using Trossard would have been fine, but he should have rested in the previous game. Gabriel Martinelli was the one who played quickly in the last match, right? However, Trossard performed decently in this match, as some players were worse. For example, Eberechi Eze struggled to step up and lead the attack when the team was under pressure and could not connect their play. In the end, Martin Odegaard had to come in to stabilise possession, and it was only in the second half that Arsenal managed to reorganise their attack. Additionally, Victor Gyökeres was a bit too greedy in this match. His hold-up play was overly ambitious, trying to receive the ball and turn with it too often, leading to turnovers. It was not until the 92nd minute that he finally decided to play more simply, almost setting up Arsenal for a last-minute winner. Unfortunately, Gabriel Martinelli made a poor decision in that crucial moment. He hesitated. He should have shot immediately or tried to dribble past the goalkeeper. Delaying the shot meant there was no space left. Instead, he hesitated, thought about it, and then panicked before taking the shot. After receiving the ball, he should have stayed calm, moved the ball to his right, and tried to curve it past Min Kelleher or even win a penalty. But he simply shot straight at the keeper, and the chance was gone. His brilliant moment against Manchester City earlier in the season was missing in this match. It shows inconsistency. When he has to think, he struggles. When it is instinctive, he delivers. He is similar to Raheem Sterling in that regard, but at the end of the day, he was a bargain signing. Understanding that he is a backup option makes sense. This season, with him mostly on the bench, Arsenal's results have been much more stable. Well, that is all for today. Thank you all and goodbye. Please show your support by liking, commenting and subscribing to the channel.